Hi eBayers! I am finally back on YouTube. If you want to know why I've been absent, there is a link to a video in my Facebook group explaining everything below the video, so you can go there and get the backstory. Okay, the sales in this video are from my Facebook group where we have a dedicated thread every month. So make sure you are posting your $100 and over sales in the right place so I can find them to make these videos. And I am a few weeks behind, so the sales in this video are from June of 2024. All still great information, just a few weeks behind. So let's get started. First up is CassieB. She says, just sold today, was my sister's as a kid and we aren't allowed to take her out of the box, so it was free to me. Sold for $100, full asking, and went international. This is Vintage Collector Anastasia Paris Elegance 1997 doll, new in the box. Bethany Henderson went thrifting on vacation in California, paid $40, sold in less than 24 hours for full asking of $100. Freebird by Stephen Bella Gray pewter leather cage braid open toe booties. What a bunch of great keywords. Cage braid, that's new to me. So if you have any shoes that look like this, try putting those keywords in the title. So she paid $40 and flipped them for $100 in one day. Andrew Silveroli. This was part of a large lot of posters I won in a local online auction. This one was actually not in the photos the auction company had taken, so it was a pleasant surprise when I unrolled them and found this in there. My cost averaged out to be about $2 a poster. It took 3 months and the buyer accepted my offer of $100 after some back and forth. The item is 2019 Magic the Gathering promo poster. So $2 and sold for $100. Carol Hollis paid $1 at an estate yard sale. Almost everything was $1. Picked it up without comping because of the signature on the bottom. Sold in a couple of months for best offer of $100. Rare Soviet USSR Russian porcelain fighting jaguar cat. So it's a ceramic figurine. $1, sold for $100. Zen View, which, what is your real name? That's a cool handle though. Picked up at the bins, $2. Sold in 4 weeks. Took best offer of $100 plus shipping. Weezer band concert embroidered sweatshirt. $2, sold for $100. Nanda Quintero paid 25 cents, sold within 1 week. Vintage rare Oxie Petroleum belt buckle. 25 cents, sold for $101. Kim Furman paid $1.50 for the 3. I bought 18 of these at an estate sale for 50 cents each. I have sold 5 lots, each going between $100 and $115. This lot sold for best offer of $102 after being listed over a month. 3. Gillette Fusion ProGlide Clear Shave Gel, transparent and non-foaming. $102. Okay, George Kelly bought this Schuco wind-up car at a garage sale for $15. Sold at auction for $104.49. Kim Smith paid $14.99 at Goodwill, beautiful boots. They sold for 105 in about 2 months. Justin, vintage made in USA exotic iguana lizard cowboy boots. 15 bucks, flipped for 105. Andrew Gong, sold at full price. This is a meter that monitors your solar readings for people with solar panel roofs. Wow, that's a mouthful. Doesn't seem to fall under a BOLO as I've only found one in my whole reselling career. So the item is In Phase Energy Envoy Communication Gateway with power cord, and it's for reading solar panel roofs. Sold for $105.95. Sue Ann Akers, bought for $4 at Goodwill, took best offer of 110 after 6 months. 8-inch Tonner Mary Englebright sailor dress and Estelle tiny Betsy dolls. So that's a mouthful. $4, sold for 110, and it's just a little bitty doll. Joshua Harrison, I received an offer for $115, which I gladly accepted, having only paid $7 at an estate sale. Waited 4 days for payment, and eBay automatically canceled the order for me. Relisted it and am waiting for it to sell again. Fingers crossed. I have one of the larger sizes from this artist, which makes him more valuable. Update, it just sold today, June 5th, for full asking price. The item is signed Julio G. Meza, Seashells Shell Art. So he said he paid $7 for it, and it sold for $129.99 the second time around. I love when that happens. When you sell something and the buyer doesn't pay, and then it gets relisted, and then it sells for more. So, yay on that. Emily Fortner, so beyond thankful for this larger end of the month full profit sale. Found in a free pile at a subdivision sale in May. Listed a couple of weeks and took an offer of $120 last night. So this is a Viand, France ceiling drop pendant light, mid-century modern milk glass lamp. I love your little avatar down here, Emily, your little self saying hi. That's cute. So it was free and it sold for $120. Leslie Kidd. I was finally able to find the name of the artist and list this. There were no comps and nothing comparable, so I listed high at $120. It sold within 5 minutes, maybe too low. That's okay. I paid $3 for it in March. If I were a fan of Halloween decor, I would have kept it because it is super cute. It is vintage David Hardin Halloween pumpkin trick-or-treat folk art 10-inch figure. Looks like a very sad pumpkin person. So it sold for 120 and she paid only $3. Lee Yoaz. I bought this beautiful top for myself at a thrift shop for a couple of dollars. I tried and tried to wear it, but it was just too little. I decided to list it and sold it in a few months. I kept getting low offers, but I held on to my asking price. The comps were good, so I knew it eventually would sell for what I was asking. It's that brand we love, Johnny Was, embroidered tunic. $120, and she said she only paid a couple of dollars for it. That is a great flip. Patricia Morales paid $10 for a lot of 24 of these at a yard sale. This is the third one that has sold. Took a best offer of $120.70, sold in a couple of weeks. The item is Gears of War NECA 2008 7-inch action figure. So this is a realm I do not know. However, Patricia does. So she walked away with $120.70. Michelle Gerard, vintage Trifari necklace and matching bracelet. Bought at a neighborhood garage sale, paid $2. I listed it that day. It sold within 5 minutes of being listed for $125. And that is a beautiful presentation of the necklace and bracelet. Vintage crown Trifari rhinestone necklace, choker, and bracelet set. $2, sold for $125. Tina Martin DeVore. Been a long dry spell since I've had something to post on this thread. Well, good for you, Tina. Just keep going. These sales will eventually come. I'm proud of you for sticking in there with it. Got this hat from my aunt who was purging some things from her closet, so no cost to me. Listed about 2 to 3 months before accepting an offer of $128. Vintage Burberry reversible hat, Novacek khaki. Free and sold for $128. Next up is Julie Gambino, who has an arm. She says, purchased in a Goodwill jewelry blue box, sold for full asking price of $134.99. Took a couple of years, but worth the wait. This is a vintage Kenneth Lane necklace, faux ivory, lucite, good luck necklace. I thought it was a charm bracelet at first, but it is a necklace, and it's an arm. $134.99. Next is Brian Rappaport. Redwing Super Sole Men's 11-inch soft toe pull-on work boots. He paid $60 at a garage sale and sold for $139.99 plus $20 shipping in 5 days. Nice looking pair of boots. Rosanna Smoker. I found this beautiful teapot at Goodwill for $9.99. I priced it high and had a number of watchers. It sold on an offer I sent for $104.99 plus shipping. Took about 6 months. Lennox high tea pink teapot. Very cute. So she paid $10 and sold it for $104.99. Karen Goodner Monks was at a garage sale and there was a sign that all books were free. Bought one thing and grabbed a few books to look up later. The lady then started telling me that most of the books I had were $5 each. Okay, I just passed. This one was free and I was pleasantly surprised when I looked it up. Full price sale in about a month. This is 1976, The Adventures of Dixie North, first edition. So this was free and sold for $149.99. Kim DeSaller Hendricks Spence, bought for $2 on a local online auction, took a best offer for $150, sold in a week. Louisville Slugger, and a whole bunch of stuff about this bat, softball bat, 29 ounces, $2, sold for $150. Colleen Olson. I picked this 15-foot inflatable pumpkin carriage up for $5. It was from 2008. Lots of interest. Sold for $155 in a few days. And it's that brand Gemmy, Gemmy, Halloween inflatable Grim Reaper pumpkin carriage with sounds and lights. Yeah, those inflatables can be big money. So this was $5. It was from 2008. $155 sale. Ginger Lampright. Picked this up last Friday at a garage sale for $20. Sold this morning for full asking of $165 plus shipping. Bose Wave Radio CD alarm clock with remote. I am waiting for the day I find one of these for cheap. $20 and it sold for $165. Janet Adams Turnage. Listed this for my ex-husband who is not so computer savvy. Sold in 2 months for offer of $175. Redhead Big Boy, the Super Dreadnought Plug Spark Plug 10 and Edison. Okay, I don't know what any of that means, but all that matters is that she sold it for $175. Amy Lou, $4.99, sold for $199.99 within minutes of listing. White Mountain Zodiac Puzzle, extremely rare, 1,000 pieces. Well, that looks fun. $5 and sold for just under 200. Barbara Rosen Knight saw this quilt on a new cart at Goodwill and thought it was a printed blanket. Noticed it a little later hanging on the linens rack and realized it was hand stitched. Dated 1979. Paid $15 and sold the next day on best offer of 200. Grandma's Flower Garden hand quilted blanket, 72-inch by 86-inch. So that's a pretty big one. $15, sold for 200. Sarah Eakes, one of my first bulk buys when I started reselling involved buying every single pair of football cleats from Marshall's for $17 a pair. I probably bought 20 plus pairs. Sold them for about $70 over the next year or so. Somehow I lost track of 2 pairs. They were never posted. I was surprised to see that the prices have increased now some 3 years later. This pair was posted for about 5 months and sold for $200. Nike Force Savage Elite football cleats, $200. Tammy Mitchell. My son outgrew his shoes. These were listed for about a year. Store on 20% sale. Sold for $223.97 plus shipping. We have some more Nikes. These are Nike Kyrie Hybrid. And it looks like they don't match, but that's a thing. So for all you moms out there with boys between the ages of like 10 and 16 that outgrow stuff so fast, eBay is the place for those items. Okay, Holly Markham picked up this blanket from an estate sale for several dollars while on a road trip. I had it listed for 3 to 4 months, started high at $325, dropped it down to $275, then got an offer for $200. Countered for $225, which the buyer declined initially, but 2 days later they sent me an offer of $225, which I accepted. Okay, next up is Barbara Rosen Knight. Went to a Goodwill I never go to, but I was in the area and had some time before an appointment. Their shoes were much cheaper than the stores near me, and these were only $3.79. I listed them for $250 and they sold in 3 days on offer for $225. Louie Vuitton, size 38, pointed toe leather sling back pumps with a logo and charm. $379, sold for $225. Okay, Tanya Bruner picked up this Rushan at an estate sale for $6. Decided to put it up for auction, which is rare for me, and started it at $199. Sold last night for $255. I would never have known about these if not for eBay the Right Way with Suzanne. Huge shout out to Suzanne's podcast and this community. I learned so much here. Well, I am so glad I could help you with that. And yes, here are the Rushan rubber face dolls, just a couple of them, in the first BOLO book from 2021. And yes, they can sell for $1,000 or more. Just depends on which one you have and the condition. And I do recall one seller in the Facebook group that sold one for like $2,500. So these are definitely a BOLO. Again, they are vintage, like 60s Rushan rubber face dolls. And I think they're creepy and scary, but that doesn't really matter if a collector will pay a bunch of money for them. Okay, next is Jenny Payan, typewriter for the blind. Purchased at a yard sale for $40, sold for asking price of $300 plus shipping within 2 weeks. Perkins APH Next Generation Brailler typewriter for the blind. And I recall seeing another one of these posted on the group. Um, so these could be a BOLO. If you have maybe a blind school in your area, you might see these more often. I don't know, just guessing. $40, sold for $300. J. Moore. At a yard sale, I purchased these multiple bags of Harry Potter Lego for $45. Listed as owner said his daughter was organized and they should be complete. So I listed in bulk. Interesting fact is that if listed individually, they would have only brought around 200, with me going through each one to make sure they were complete. Sometimes the bulk frenzy is beneficial. So these sold for $355. Huge lot of Lego, Harry Potter, multiple sets of castles, buildings, buses, trains, and beasts. And I agree with that. Sometimes it's better just to sell the whole lot and get what you get than do them all individually. It's a win either way. It just depends on how much time you want to put into it. Okay, Shelley Carpenter Wood, free to me in a box of discarded books. These are very rare. Took about 3 weeks to sell. Listed for $700. Sent numerous offers of $500 with crickets. Sent next offer of $495 and then a ka-ching. Sold instantly. I am happy. Personal Memoirs of U.S. Grant, first edition from 1885. And she had 700 and then settled on an offer of 495. Not too shabby for some free books that somebody threw out. Jod Cooper, bought from a Facebook auction for $5, sold within a month. God is good. Yes, he is. Rare, well-crafted antique sewer tile, folk art, man head. $5, sold for $550. Colleen Olson has another one. Bought this jacket off eBay for $500. I was going to keep it for me, but it didn't fit right. Listed it for $1,200 and it sold in 4 hours for $1,200. The original ship John Wills jacket, tan waxed canvas, made in USA. And so, not a bad return on something that you were going to wear yourself and didn't like. You got more than twice what you paid for it back. I love it. Okay, Jennifer Hotz, or Hotsy, bought this Charles Purdue miniature duck decoy pair at St. Vincent de Paul for $6.75. It got an offer the same day in the evening for $1,600. We thought we would take the offer, but decided to sleep on it and take the offer in the morning. It sold overnight for full price to the guy that made the offer. A few days after it shipped, another guy reached out upset that he missed the ducks. He asked if he could contact the buyer so he could buy it from him. We reached out to the buyer to let him know, and he realized the two knew each other. We're happy with the amount we made, but it would be interesting to know how much more these ducks could be worth. So again, it's vintage Chas H. Purdue wood duck decoy pair. And these sold for $2,349.99. purchased at a St. Vinny's for $6.75. Congratulations, Jennifer. That is wonderful. Okay, and the big kahuna in this video comes from Francisco Infante. He said, I found this vintage Gibson LG2 acoustic guitar from the 40s. I didn't know what I had until I was informed of what I had by my eBay the Right Way friends and others who were watching the listing. I reached out to this wonderful group and got some great support and advice. Thank you all. So I paid $30 at Goodwill. I really just thought I had a personal fixer-upper on my hands with the possibility of making 200. Boy, was I wrong. This was my best sale ever on eBay. $3,250 plus shipping. This baby has gone to Nashville. Hopefully, it'll be making beautiful music once again. Side note, I went to a local music store and they gave me a box to ship it in. Very nice of them to do. So again, it is a Gibson acoustic guitar J2 needing repair. It's not even perfect. And it sold for $3,250. So congratulations on that sale, Francisco. Okay, that wraps up another edition of eBay SuperSize sales of $100 or more. Keep posting those sales on the Facebook group. Keep listing those items and stay positive. The next big sale could be right around the corner. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.